strange. I keep hearing like footsteps coming behind me, but there's nobody there. I just heard that gate go off. It's like somebody touched that gate over there, maybe. It sounded like metallic, like it was something banged against that gate, so once again I'm on edge. Alright, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Eerie Explorations. Tonight we're back at the Louise B. Hazelton Cemetery in Buckeye, Arizona. Tonight we're going to, actually we're probably not going to be doing a walk through the cemetery tonight since we've already done that. We're just going to, there's a special kind of person that's laid to rest here, and I would like to try to communicate with him. And you're soon to find out where that's at and who that is. So with that being said, we thank you for tuning in, and here we go. Let's do this. All right, so Madison and Heather are going to do their little investigation or exploration on their own. I'm actually going to go ahead and forgot something. Anyway, so as I mentioned in the intro, tonight's my thing that I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna conduct an investigation or some experiments. Try to communicate with somebody here. Just trying to find where this is at. It's like right over here. Yeah, is that, did you find it?
39 to 45.
Yes, this is it right here.
6 years old.
Okay.
Billie Jean Smithson.
So Heather did find the location. This is Billie Jean Smithson. Looks like was born in 1939 and passed away in 1945 and is buried here. So gonna conduct a little investigation here at this location. All right, so I'm like as I mentioned, I'm gonna go and conduct a experiment here. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a K2 meter sweep next to Billie's grave, and then see if we get any readings. I still feel like I'm gonna conduct the experiment even if there are no readings. So let's go ahead and start doing that right now. I'm gonna set that up right now. Okay, so I have my K2 meter right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of run a sweep in this little area, see if we get any kind of readings, and then we'll just go from there and go to the next experiment. So here we go. Okay, so Billie, are you here with us right now? Billie Smithson, if you're here with us right now, give us a sign of your presence. Make this gauge go off. This gauge is a harmless device. We're using it to go ahead and try to communicate with you. Anything interesting?
Kind of boring.
Yeah, it's a pretty bland cemetery.
Better.
Oh.
Well, that's because Mexico and Civil War.
Well, not to mention you have trees and, you know.
I'm just joking.
So Billy, if you're here right now, please use this device and use this to communicate with us.
This flashlight's getting really hot.
Well, they'll just go ahead and you can turn that, since there's light on this, you can just turn that off. Did you want to go and position the camera maybe over there, like right in that area right there, and have it point towards? So I'm not getting any readings, so this is the person that I want to communicate with tonight. I do have something to share and give to you tonight, Billy. So maybe I should just go ahead and give that to you now. Right there, yeah. Okay, so here's a little teddy bear that I went out and got for you, Billy. I hope this gift that
Maybe this is Billy.
Billy, was that you that made this gauge go off? If so, thank you for trying to communicate with us. I'm giving you this teddy bear as a token of our appreciation for you allowing us to try to communicate with you. Was that you that influenced this gauge to go off? If you're here with us right now, Billy, and you appreciate the gift, give us a sign of your presence and make this gauge go off. I'll let your bear there hold this. Was that you that just made that go off? If that was you, Billy, I thank you again. I want you to continue to try to communicate with us, okay? We're not going to hurt you. The two ladies behind me may look deceiving, but they're really harmless. If that was you, Billy, I thank you again. I want you to continue to try to communicate with us, okay? We're not going to hurt you. The two ladies behind me may look deceiving, but they're really harmless. Was that you or is that somebody else? If that was somebody else, whoever you are, please make that go off. Whoa. I do not want to be attacked by. Anyway, was that you? Sorry, I just had a bug fly up next to me. I am fearful of insects, especially the ones that fly. Billy, was that you that just made that gauge go off? If so, let's do that again. So, Billy, I'm gonna bring out another device. It's gonna be my phone. I'm going to use an application on my phone that's going to allow you to try to communicate with me. So I'm going to ask you questions like I've been doing, and then, use all your energy and power that you can build up to try to communicate with me, okay? if you would like to do that and try to communicate with me, make that gauge go off. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that ready. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to open up the Necrophonic app. I actually haven't used this app for a while. So this will be the first time in a few investigations that I've is that you, Billy? Wow, if that's you, I have this app that I want you to okay. All right, so Billy, I have this application or this little device here that we're going to use to try to communicate with you. So I want you to, feel free to talk back to me. I'm going to ask you some questions, and we'll see what we can do to communicate with you. Okay? So I'm going to place this over off to the side. Okay. So, Billy, is that you? Billy, is that you? If this is you trying to communicate with me using this K2 meter, use this device right here and also communicate with me by saying something through this, okay? So, Billy, if this is you, please give me confirmation that this is you. What is your middle name? What's your middle name? What year did you pass away in? Do you remember what year that was? It's really strange. I keep hearing like footsteps coming behind me, but there's nobody there. Is there anybody else here with me right now that would like to communicate with me? Also could be like flags blowing in the wind, maybe. There's not a lot of wind here tonight. It does sound like plastic moving or... Huh. All right, Billy. Let's continue this. So this gauge has gone off a few times. So I want to thank you for reaching out and communicating with me through this gauge right here. Are you happy that you got this teddy bear? So, like I said, Billy, I have this device in my hand. I use it to try to communicate with people. So I ask you kindly to use any gauge that we have here. Use either this phone to try to communicate with me by using your voice, or that K2 meter sitting in front of the bear that I just gave you. I see that it's going off. The meter's going off. Is that you, Billy? If that's you, please. Again, give me a sign of your presence. I'm not going to harm you. I'm just here to try to communicate with you. From the moment I laid eyes on your tombstone here, or your gravestone, I can't help but to be sad that you were 6 years old when your life was taken from you. So I'm sorry that you weren't able to live, a full life. So I'm here to give you, a teddy bear to comfort you and. So thank you for allowing me to communicate with you, and thanks for your responses if that's you. There are some crazy sounds. Like, there is just some crazy... It actually sounds like it's coming from over by the OG, the dirty OG house. Could be the farm animals too. Like, there are definitely strange sounds, but it actually doesn't even sound human. So I have to be cautious about maybe other people being in the cemetery while I'm here doing this. All right, so Billy, I do thank you for communicating or attempting to communicate. Maybe you did communicate with me through this app on my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, and I'm gonna use another device. I'm gonna ask you nicely to try to communicate with me using that device. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and end the Necrophonic app session. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is bring out the K2 meter, the SB11, the spirit box. Okay, so I have the spirit box And I just heard that. Did someone? I appreciate if you were just trying to communicate with me there. So I'm running it at 100 milliseconds. You know, I got the AM going forward and the FM going in reverse. So we're going to use this spear box and we're going to try to communicate with Billy here, okay? So Billy, here's this device. I don't want to get it too far away from the camera speaker so we can pick up the voices if we get any kind of voices. I don't know why it's not turned up. I don't know why it's not turned up. Okay, so Bill, if you're here right now, this device right here is going to allow you to communicate with me. All right. So just a moment ago, we had a little visitor, so I had to ensure that I was safe. And anyhow, we're back. So right now I have the PSP 11 spear box, and I'm going to continue my experiments to try to communicate with Billy here. So Billy, if you're here right now, please use this device to communicate with us. Either use the K2 meter that's sitting in front of the bear, or use this device right here that's making these noises. This is a friendly device. It's not here to harm you at all. We just use this to try to communicate with you. So if you're here right now, please use this device to try to communicate with me. So Billy, is that you? Are you here right now with me? So what's going to happen now is I'm going to keep the spear box on. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this into night vision mode. So you're going to see a cut in the video, and then the cut back will be into night vision mode. So here we go. Alright, so I'm in night vision mode right now. I got the spear box going here. I have the K2 meter perched up against the teddy bear. I am attempting to communicate with Billy. So Billy, as previously stated, both these devices, or anything that is near me or around me, is not here to harm you at all. So we ask that you try to communicate with us by speaking into this device right here. This device will allow you to communicate words, and I'd like to hear from you. So, continuing on from previous questions, what year did you pass away in? Do you remember what year that was? And Billy, if that's not you, or if it's somebody else, you know, we ask that you try to communicate with us as well. And if it's not Billy, can you tell me your name? All right, so I'm in night vision mode right now. Still trying to communicate with Billy. I just thought I just saw a shadow over there. That's crazy. I'm running by that tree. Of course, you might not be able to see it here. Strange. So yeah, I'm still trying to conduct that spirit box session. It seems like Billy was communicating with me through the K2 meter. However, the spirit box session, I don't feel like I'm picking up any voices, but I'm going to continue to conduct that experiment, and then I should be ending this investigation here shortly. So here we go. We're going to continue. So Billy, I can understand why it would be intimidating for you to use this device to try to say something to me or communicate with me. So use that device with the green light right there. If you're here and you want to communicate, make that go off. I don't know if I'm hearing strange farm animals or you get some really crazy sounding voices and screams and animal hollers and being in the cemetery. Makes you kind of feel on edge. Anyhow. So, Bill, I got a few more minutes with you. I don't mean to pester you on this. I understand that you're trying to rest in peace. So with the few minutes that I have left to try to communicate with you, use all your power to try to communicate with me, okay? There's a device right here. There's a device right here. And there's a device right there. So use any of these two devices to try to communicate with me, okay? What was the name of your mother? Can you tell me the first name of your mom? Or your mommy? How about your daddy? What's your daddy's first name? Use this device to tell me that, to communicate that information. Do you know my name? What's my name, Billy? So Billy, like, if you're here right now, I just ask you, I'll ask you one more question and maybe you can give me a response. How are you doing right now as far as, you know, in the afterlife? If you want me to go, make those lights on that gauge in front of that teddy bear go off. Make it go to orange or red. If you want me to leave, make that go off. Did you want me to stay? If you want me to stay, then make those go off. If you want me to stay, make those go off. All right, so what I'm going to do, Billy, is I'm going to go ahead and spare you. Billy, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and cut the spirit box session, okay? I realize that it's probably not a device that you're going to be comfortable with to try to communicate with me. And I'm going to try another little experiment, then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the spirit box session now. And then I got one little device that I am going to use to try to communicate with you. So let me go and get, oh, are you happy that I turned the spirit box off? I mean, it seems like you're affecting this gauge, or making this gauge go up. Was that you? And if so, are you happy that? Okay, so are you happy that I turned that device off, that spirit box? Okay, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna keep the camera on here. Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go to my vehicle, and I'm gonna go and get the thing that I'm looking for. Okay, I want you to watch over my camera for me. Okay, make sure nobody takes this. Kind of move it back a bit. This ground isn't the most evenest ground. Okay. Okay. All right, so it looks like I had this device in my pocket the whole time. So I have this little voice recorder that I'm going to use. I am actually, it's a tool to use to try to communicate with, well, spirits. Whether it works or not is going to be up to my experiment. But in theory, you ask it a question, and then we're hoping, or the device is supposed to pick up any kind of replies, any kind of voices, whether it's through me or in any other way. So here we go. We're going to do this experiment and try to communicate with Billy here using this device. Okay. So Billy, if you're here with me right now, use this device in my right hand, and I want you to try to communicate with me, okay? Or if you're here right now, say something to me through this device, or speak into this device in my right hand. I see that you're making that K2 meter go up too. Thank you for communicating. Okay. So Billy, if you're here with me right now, use this device in my right hand, and I want you to try to communicate with me, okay? Or if you're here right now, say something to me through this device, or speak into this device in my right hand. I see that you're making that K2 meter go up too. Thank you for communicating. Billy, are you here right now with me? If so, speak to this device, or speak through this device and communicate with me. Billy, are you here right now with me? If so, speak to device and communicate with me. I just heard that gate go off. It's like somebody touched that gate over there, maybe. It sounded like metallic, like it was something banged against that gate. So once again, I'm on edge. I mean, the chances of somebody being out here on a rather warm evening in Buckeye, Arizona is next to slim. But it can still happen. So I'm gonna do one more audio file or audio recorder. Just see if I can get Billy to communicate with me. He's done a wonderful job with this K2 meter, so I appreciate you, Billy, for doing that. I ask that you speak to this device. All right, so Billy, I'm going to ask you one more time. This device in my hand is going to allow you to communicate with me. So if you're here right now, let me know if you like this teddy bear that I gave you. Okay, so I gave you some time to answer that question. Alright, so Billy, I'm going to ask you one more time. This device in my hand is going to allow you to communicate with me. So if you're here right now, let me know if you like this teddy bear that I gave you. To answer that question. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's investigation here at Buckeye Cemetery, or Louis B. Hazelton Cemetery. But before I do that, I am going to thank Billy here. Billy, I'm going to take this device. All right, Billy, I'm going to take this device, and I'm going to leave you be. I want to thank you again for, for communicating with me tonight. Much appreciated. This bear is going to be yours. Oh, there you go. It's like is that you? Are you happy that I'm leaving right now? If so, then make that gauge go up. However, if you're unhappy about me leaving, make that gauge go up right now. All right, so maybe this is not you, Billy. Is this somebody else? Is there somebody else trying to communicate with me here? All right, so as I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and take this K2 meter or this device off your teddy bear. This is going to be your teddy bear now, Billy. So this is like a token of my appreciation for you to, communicate with me tonight. I don't know if I'll be back around to say hi again, maybe. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get a move on here and end this investigation. So, and again, I want to thank you for all your attempts to communicate with me tonight. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the car. Ladies have been in the car for quite a while now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end our investigation here at Buckeye Cemetery. I feel like Billy kind of communicated with us there, especially with the K2 meter, so I'm kind of happy about that. The voice box session and the other session that I conducted, I'll have to find out when reviewing the video. Otherwise, it is kind of late here in Buckeye, Arizona, so I think we're going to wrap it up. We're going to call it an evening. I do thank you for your support. Well, we thank you for your support. And until our next area exploration, thank you and have a good night.